How do you break through the walls of an emotionally unavailable woman? Women like these are often the way they are because of something from their past and other reasons. Such women build high impenetrable walls as their way of protecting their heart and making sure that they never get hurt again. So if you want to get through to them, it takes a lot of patience, understanding, and most importantly, effort. If you're watching this video and thinking that this sounds like too much work, then perhaps this video is not for you. However, if you're absolutely smitten by this woman and would like to know how to get through to her emotionally, then keep watching. Welcome to the video. Welcome back, my name is Jessica and this is my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll highlight three things. Number one, how to tell you're dealing with an emotionally unavailable woman. Number two, common reasons she may be emotionally unavailable, all the things that got her to become who she is today. And three, how to attract an emotionally unavailable woman. It's a packed video. Pay attention. If you're ready, let's jump into it right away. How can you tell if you're dealing with an emotionally unavailable woman? That is question number one. Well, one of the things that she does is she keeps a safe distance from you. Now, no matter how hard you try, it's not easy to jump across the fort that she's built around her heart. She never lets you get close to her territory. It's not easy to even know a bit more about her than you already know. Even when you're having a great time with her, you'll still find that there's some mystery or something amiss. She seems to value her freedom more than the newfound friendship or relationship you're trying to build. There could be times where she's completely unavailable. She sends you mixed signals. You might have, for instance, a close connection with her, but the next minute she will become distant, she'll become cold, disconnected, and basically leaves you scratching your head. Number two, she avoids conversations or replies vaguely. Now, one of the common traits of an emotionally unavailable woman is avoiding all sorts of conversations. Messages from her are often scarce, and she'll take forever to respond. If anything, all she'll ever text you is sexual innuendos if she really likes you back, and maybe flirting, since that's all she'll ever really be interested in. When you try to have a more profound, meaningful conversation, she'll get bored, ghost you, or deflect the subject entirely. She'll often make excuses to avoid getting together, connecting, or catching up. Another common trait is that you may find her secretive. She never talks about her past, plans for the future, family, friends, or about her work. Number three, she likes to take complete control. Now, if you're dealing with such a woman, there will be times that she acts like a control freak who takes all of your life decisions. Now, she might not even bother about your feelings. She just wants things her way. You see, this is how she sees the situation. When she can dominate you, she has things in her control, which also means her chances of going through heartbreak is less. She never relies on you for anything and does not ask your opinion, even on the important stuff. She thinks being dependent on anyone will make her weak. She has her priorities set, and you never seem to be on that priority list. Number four, she hardly ever compromises. Do you feel she's never considered your opinions, feelings, or maybe even your happiness? Now, this is an obvious hint that you're trying to woo an emotionally detached woman. Compromise requires having feelings for you and meeting you halfway, which is something she obviously doesn't want to do, unless, of course, it benefits her. Now, she'll never make any sacrifices or even small adjustments in her plan for your sake. She blocks all empathetic impulses, which makes you believe she's rude, someone who values her ego more than maybe others' feelings. At times, you'll find her complaining about everything you do, and she'll feel provoked even in the simplest situations. Number five, she won't label the relationship. Nope. Now, no matter how many times you ask her what you mean to her or where your relationship is going, you'll never get the answer that you seek. After all, why should she put a label on something if she's not serious about it? Now, the key way to identify this point is to take note when she uses excuses such as, oh, we're still trying to get to know each other, or what's the rush? Number six, she will never be vulnerable with you. Now, you can't expect an emotionally unavailable woman to show her emotions and be vulnerable. She associates feelings as signs of weakness, and this is the reason why she'll never speak about her personal life, open up about anything, or even reveal any kind of emotion. Emotionally unavailable women are ice cold for a reason. Now, speaking of reasons, let's jump into the reasons why emotionally unavailable women are the way that they are. And I've got a few that I'll share with you. It could be, number one, that she was hurt in the past, right? Anyone who's experienced loss in the past is likely to not want to repeat it, right? Being emotionally hurt isn't like a cut or a bruise. Sometimes no amount of time will heal a broken heart. Women don't just create walls because they feel like it, they do it as a defense mechanism. She's been bruised and hurt before, and she doesn't want to feel the same way again. What you have to do is to prove to her that you're worth her being vulnerable with. That means no matter how much she may say things to hurt you when you guys are together, or tell you to maybe go when she actually wants you to stay, or push you out of her life, you'll have to hold on tight to her. Don't buy her lines that she wants you to go, because most often than not, she's testing to see if you will actually leave. Now, emotionally unavailable women carry a lot of baggage that involves pain, involves grief, involves loss. So be mindful of that. Number two, her heart may belong to someone else. Now, she's emotionally unavailable because she's in love with someone else. And to be honest, you don't want to pursue such a woman or get involved with a woman whose heart is elsewhere. As much as you want to love her and want her to love you, you simply have no control over the situation. You can't change how she feels, nor should you even attempt to. Number three, she had a poor male role model. So our parents are supposed to be our role models growing up, right? But what happens when one chooses to abandon you? What men don't know, but every woman does, is the key to a woman's mental stability is found in the love that she finds in her father. If the first man that she trusts and loves lets her down, it sets a precedent for her future and what she believes the opposite sex will be like. It might not change the facts of her childhood and upbringing, but it does help you to understand the situation better. Now, you have to prove to her that you're capable of unconditional love and providing for her the safety and the shelter that she didn't get from her father. Ask yourself if you're ready for such a task. If you're not, this is where you stop watching that video. Number four, she's insecure. A tough one. She fears feeling vulnerable and will fight very hard against you, making her feel reliant on you. Now, if this is the reason behind her emotional unavailability, it takes a lot of reassurance to make her believe in you. The thing you should know about an insecure girl is that she'll never ask for your help, assistance, or time. So even if she doesn't say so, you'll have to be that type of person who's reliable and trustworthy. Number five, there's something traumatic in her past. No one makes it through life without some scrapes and scars, but sometimes life creates massive wounds in people's hearts. Some women have experienced traumatic times, whether it was finding out that her dad cheated on her mom, date rape in college, something as common as being cheated on. Maybe she had a toxic relationship and has been manipulated repeatedly, and this has caused her to give up on love entirely. Now, if you want to get the trust and heart of emotionally unstable or unavailable women, listen to her. Try your best to understand her trauma. Being a good listener will more than often suffice, especially in a world where lots of guys tend to invalidate women's feelings. Number six, she doesn't think she's good enough for love. When something traumatic happens to a person, there are two ways that they usually interpret it. They either recognize that it has nothing to do with them, or they internalize it and take the blame for it, whether or not it was their fault. Now, sometimes emotionally unavailable women believe that they're simply not worthy of love. So if a woman feels she's done something in her past to make them so-called damaged goods, it may take some reworking to convince her otherwise. Understand her brokenness and don't judge her because of it. No matter how much she pushes you away or tries to show you all the bad things she can do, continue to approve of her and love her. Number seven, she's selfish. Of course, there's always the situation when the woman you love is emotionally unavailable because, well, she's just selfish, she's just immature. When someone believes themselves to be better than anyone or anything out there, they make themselves unavailable. When dealing with emotionally unavailable women for this reason, it's much better to just let them go and stop trying. The woman who's emotionally unavailable because she loves herself too much is the one that you need to let go of. If you're still watching this video at this point because you've lost your heart to this type of woman, then perhaps the following tips will help you get closer to her. The question stands: how can you attract an emotionally unavailable woman, or at least catch her attention, I believe the first thing you should do is not to ignore the red flags. Now, sometimes they could be so subtle and so irrelevant compared to the love that you have for her. Do a self-check. Are you emotionally available? Are you ready to date someone who shows vulnerability? Make conversations and be upfront on what you want from the get-go. Number 2, be self-sufficient. Now, an emotionally unavailable woman is attracted to a self-sufficient man. And it's immensely attractive and relaxing for her to know that she won't have to invest too much emotionally or financially to be with you. When she realizes that you're not needy and that you respect her space, she will actually begin to value you and to open up as well. Number 3, make your ambitions clear. Now, don't jump into topics like making your relationship exclusive, as this could terrify her. When she sees that your goals are about making your life interesting or adventurous, which she can be a part of, she'll like you. Discussing family-oriented goals can be a huge turnoff for women who are emotionally unavailable. Number 4, make space for change. Give her time and space. She will take time to show up differently, to share thoughts, and to hold emotional space for you as well. Number 5, reevaluate your decision. When all your efforts go in vain, or if her responses are just making you feel like lonely, invalidated, or even rejected, it may be time to step back and just reevaluate your situation. Remember, her emotional unavailability isn't your fault. So don't try to manage it, especially if you feel like you're not in a position to, and it's not your cross to carry. I hope that these tips were helpful. If they were, share it with another guy who may be in this situation. Subscribe to the channel, and let's get to 1 million subscribers sooner. And don't forget to smash that like button for me. My name is Jessica. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I'll catch you in the next episode.